Hello, folks. Now, when you think of EVs, some of you get quite angry actually, but for those that don't, when you think about EVs, you think about them being fairly reliable, don't you? Because there's not a great deal in the way of moving parts to go wrong with them. This is an interesting piece. It's from What Car. You know, I often dip into What Car for these kind of things, these little list kind of things. And this is electric cars that pass their MOT first time. Quite interesting, bit of fun. Let's have a look. So one thing just to bear in mind is obviously, although electric vehicle sales have soared this year and last year, previously there weren't millions of different EVs available, and a lot of these are coming up to their MOT for the first time now, although some of them have been around for a little bit longer. In a few years, I'm sure this list will be a lot longer. They looked at 5,000 cars here, by the way. The Riva G-Wiz, God. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, but you occasionally see them floating around in London. But it's an absolute deep-fried turd of a car, this thing. Tiny little things. I mean, it's a quadricycle, not a car, as they point out here. I think the original idea was for these to be kind of the Boris bike of city cars, but they didn't really take off. 77% of them passed their MOT first time with an average mileage of 40,000. Blimey. I know they've been around a while, but 40,000 miles in one of those. Oof. It's a lot of miles to do around cities, probably London, most of them as well. Renault Kangoo ZE was another EV onto the market, a mini MPV and a closely related van. 59 horsepower on that bad boy and a range of 100 miles. That one had a 78% pass rate. Average mileage of 27,000. Peugeot Ion 4-seater city car, which had a decently lively 66 bhp electric engine, range of 93 miles, essentially a rebadged Mitsubishi IMI-EV. It was expensive to buy and sold in small numbers. 82.5% of them passed first time. 29,000 miles was the average. Next, the Renault Zoe. The new Zoe's famously got a 0 stars Euro NCAP rating. Brilliant, that, isn't it? I'm glad they're on the road. Not. 83% of those passed first time and had an average mileage of 26,500. It's a shame about the NCAP thing on the Zoe because in a lot of other ways they make a fair bit of sense. Really good range on them for the size of car and quite fun little cars to drive by all accounts. Right, the Renault Twizy. I like these things. They're absolutely bananas, but it's another quadricycle. 84% first-time pass rate, and the average mileage was 8,000. Only got a 45-mile range, so you're not going to be doing huge mileage in it. And obviously, you're not going to be doing long motorway runs in that thing, are you? I would hope not, anyway. The Nissan Env200. So they did this as a van and an MPV, 106 miles of range, although later versions have got 160 miles plus of range. 84% of them passed first time with 24,000 miles on the clock in average. Mercedes B-Class electric drive. I've always liked the B-Class, even though they look a bit postman pat. But I think they're nice little cars. I'm not sure what the EVs particularly like. I don't think it had a great range. Does it tell us here? Yes, only 100 miles. Ugh. I mean, that's a family car. You want a much longer range on that kind of car because you're possibly going to go and do a little UK holiday and stuff with a car like that. 85% of them passed first time. Tesla Model S was kind of the original gangster for a sort of serious performance big saloon. 200 mile plus range, 86% passed first time with an average mileage of 51,000. Nissan Leaf, the good old Leaf, they're good little cars. Early models struggled to do 70 miles, but later upgraded versions managed 120 or so miles on a charge. 86% MOT pass rate on that with an average 36,500 miles. These cars like this, like Nissan Leaf that does 70 miles of range, possibly now you've got, say, a 10-year-old one. Let's say it's doing 60 miles of range, just off the top of my head. I wonder what that's going to be like with used prices in years to come. Smart 42 EQ. So tiny little smart car. I think these are fun. I don't mind a smart car. 90% of them pass first time. Kia Soul EV, that's a decent car. Again, a little bit postman pat in its styling, but they're good cars. I've actually got an EV Max coming for review in a few weeks. 0-62 to 10.8, real world mileage was 70 miles or so. Wow, that's gone up massively now. MOT pass rate was 91%, an average mileage of 30,000 miles. The i3, again, brilliant cars. I wish they still did them with a range extender, but I'm not going to bang on about that again because I do quite often. MOT pass rate was 91.81% with an average mileage of 27,000. The Tesla Model X in a class of its own. So it's really the only big EV MPV in the premium sector, or certainly has been for a long time. Comes with an incredible official range of 348 miles and benefits from Tesla's world-beating charging infrastructure. All comes as a stiff price. That 348, by the way, is only on the long-range version, I think. MOT pass rate is 92% and cars had an average mileage of 32,500. VW e-Golf, just like a regular Golf from the same era, but features an electric motor mounted to the engine bay. Good for 134 bhp and 99 pound-foot of torque exclusively from the front wheels. Originally, the range was just 124 miles, but that was increased to 186 in 2017. MOT pass rate of 93.94% on cars with an average mileage of 24,500. Number 2 is the Nissan Leaf, but this is the 2018 to present. So this one's got over 200 miles of range in some of the models, 97.7%. Obviously, this is a much newer car, so these cars coming up for MOT now are the 2018-19 models that are having their first MOT. So you'd expect the pass rate to be a bit higher. 97.7% is really good though. 23,112 miles on average they've done. Number 1 is the Hyundai Ioniq, 2017 to present. This is often overlooked, I think. We're not talking about the Ioniq 5, we're talking about the Ioniq. And yeah, I think they get overlooked a fair bit. 98.75% of Ioniq electrics breeze through their MOT test first time. These cars had an average mileage of 29,500 miles. Go and check out Surfshark and use my link, which is in the video description and pinned as the top comment. I've been using Surfshark for a couple of years now, and what it is a VPN. That means you can trick your internet, your phone, your computer, your TV, any device to think you're in another country. Why is that useful? Firstly, it helps you protect your online identity. Secondly, it stops eavesdropping from hackers, governments, corporations. Thirdly, you can fool your device to think you're in another country, which means you might be able to access things like the US version of Netflix, which has got tons of different content to the UK version. Massively useful. And it also comes with ad blockers, so you don't get pesky ads popping up on your internet browsing. Now use my link and you'll get an amazing 82% discount from Surfshark. You get 2 months up front as a free trial and you get 82% off. If you sign up for 2 years, you can get it for £1.69 a month, which is incredible. And the best thing is, using that link helps support the channel. So enjoy that US Netflix, enjoy protected browsing in future, and thanks for supporting the channel. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Just a quick one, bit of fun. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care, see you soon.